What's going on, guys? My name is Toxicity and welcome back to the NBA 2K25 rebuild here on the channel. Yesterday's video, or the day before, my apologies, was the Milwaukee Bucks, and that video ended up being so fucking fun. So if you guys want to go back and check that out, I definitely recommend going and doing so. It's just on my channel. But today we're looking after the Minnesota Timberwolves, who made an insane trade to start the year. They shipped out one of the longest tenured players that they had from their draft night. So they traded away Cat for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And DiVincenzo hasn't been amazing this year, unfortunately, but Randle has been a really good second piece here behind Anthony Edwards. Now, obviously, we also have Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid on this team, so and Uncle Mike, and this team is just, really solid all around. They've had a bit of a rocky start to the year, but hopefully with us taking over, we can just go through the deadline, don't make any trades, and just get out the other side and hopefully win ourselves a championship. If not, this offseason is going to be really interesting because we could obviously move on from Rudy Gobert. We can obviously potentially move on from Naz Reid, but he's such a good six-man option that I'm unsure if we're going to do anything like that today. So what we're going to do is just going to play through this season. We're going to see how things go, and I'll bring you guys back if there's any changes. The only thing we really did in that season was extend Julius Randle. He had a player option, so we just extended him 2 more years, 25 mil each year. I think with start today, there's a bit of an issue with player stats because Luka's numbers seem a little bit lower than normal on 2K simulations, but he's your MVP. We have Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, 6th Player of the Year. Wemby, his numbers are even a little bit down. Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Suggs, Most Improved. Clutch Player of the Year, Jokic. And Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. So a team that we really have to contend with here. Do we get Anthony Edwards on any teams here? We don't. Okay, interesting. Do we get any Wolves here? We get Rudy Gobert here on all defensive second team, which is nice to see. And we get Jalen Wells. No, that's not us. That's not us at all. Okay, don't worry. Scratch that. We don't have anyone on our rookie team. So we are the 2nd seed. So that's pretty good. Not going to lie. Pretty happy with that. I don't think we're going to play the rookies that I have in the rotation at the moment at all in these playoffs. So Anthony Edwards leading the way. Rebounds was Gobert and assists was Mike Conley. So yeah, Mike Conley is probably going to retire at the end of this year. So we might have to make some changes to point guard positions. Unsure if Rob Dillingham's going to be ready for that. So, how was Rob Dillingham? He was like okay. Terrence Shannon Jr. was okay. I think both of them are going to miss out on the rotation. And we might even just give Joe Ingles like 8 minutes off the bench just to see what he can do. So Naz Reid will give 25 minutes too. We'll inflate these guys' minutes as well. So Mike Conley will get 30 and Edwards 37. We'll go 36 to these guys, sorry. And then we'll go 31 to Gobert and Daniels. And we'll kind of just see how things go. We've got 1 more minute actually. Okay, 37 to Ant. May as well. We'll see how things go. All right, who are we going to draw round 1? We draw the Lakers, who haven't made any changes at all. Their team's pretty much the same. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And game 4 goes to the Lakers. Okay, so game 5, sorry, goes to us. I don't know where I was counting there. The Kings, who have not made... They brought in Draymond Green. So I don't know. Did they trade... I think they traded away... Malik Monk. Interesting. All right. Game 1 against the Kings. Let's see how this goes. They win. They win game 2. They also win game 3. Okay, let's just reset this a little bit. Actually, we need to bring this down to an 8-man rotation. There we go. That's better. They want to start Alexander Walker over McDaniels. I don't think we're going to do that. I think McDaniels is better defensively. We'll just play him a bunch of minutes too. All right. Can we come back from 3-0 down? We come back 2, 3, and 4. Okay, okay. The Kings choke a 3-0 lead. All right, and we come up against the Mavericks, so we know who the Mavericks are. They have Tobias Harris now. Interesting. Game 1 goes to Dallas. All right, let's reset this and just see what they want to do. Rudy Gobert is back in the rotation. All right, game 2 goes to Dallas. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Game 5 goes to Dallas, and game 6 goes to Dallas. Okay, so Dallas beat us in the finals. Luka coming up against Jason Tatum in a rematch, and the Celtics win in 6. Tatum is your finals MVP. Okay, Celtics fans can shut up about that now. All right, so Mike Conley does retire. We're going to let him retire. We're not going to do any cheesy stuff. He's going to retire. We will keep LeBron around. We can't actually keep LeBron around because he had a farewell tour. All right, that's fine. We'll move on to draft lottery. I don't think we own a first round pick at all. I'd be surprised if we do. So Wizards 1, Rockets 2, Pacers 3. Do we have our pick anywhere? I don't think we do. Okay, that's fine. Staff signing. We'll just leave our coach the exact same. Wait, hopefully he's actually still contracted. But the draft, I think we have a late pick. We have pick 32. So Ben Sarif is here. Dame Sarr is here. There's not any other point guard options. So let's go Ben Sarif here. Sure. I do rate that pick. So here's our only draft pick here. Dylan Harper, number 1. Cooper Flag, number 2. Edgecombe, 3. Bailey, 4. Rookie signing. Make sure Ben Sarif is signed up. Luka Garza and Josh Minette. I guess we can accept those team options. And Naz Reid we're going to have to bring back. Qualifying offers. We're not going to bring any of these guys back. So thank you guys for your service on the team. So now we need to make sure Naz Reid signs. We'll give him 15 mil over 4 years. Yeah, sure. And Alexander Walker, we'll lock him away 6 for 3. Okay. So now we have to say goodbye to all these guys on the team. Alexander Walker and everyone are coming back, which is fine. We'll just skip through this bit. And now we're in free agency. So we don't really have much in terms of money to play with here. So I think we may have to make a trade. So we need a starting point guard because Dillingham can be the backup point guard. I think we'll be able to move some of these players around, I think. We need a backup power forward as well, actually. Yes. Okay, so I think we need to make a trade or two just to make this team a little bit better, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to try and sign Trey Jones here. I think he's going to be a really good piece for us as a starting point guard just while Rob Dillingham develops. He doesn't have to be the main scorer. He just has to, do assists and that sort of thing. And then we also need to sign a backup power forward as well. Trenton Wofford we got in yesterday's video, but I don't think there's really any other option here apart from Trenton Wofford. So yeah, let's just see if we can pick him up on a small deal as well. And so we get Trey Jones and we get Trenton Wofford. We can't get Trenton Wofford. All right, that's just fantastic. Who else is here? Javonte Green's here, but he's a bit older. Trey Lyles is here. Yeah, there's not many amazing options here, really. Yeah, I actually don't know if we're going to sign anyone. Can we switch Larry Nance over to the power forward? Probably. Cameron Williams is here. I guess we can just offer him a minimum contract and switch him over. So we sign him. So before we go into the next season, now obviously there are some options on this team that we can choose to trade or can choose to move. Can we get something for now that we have Ben Sharaf here, like a Terrence Shannon Jr., can we get a first round pick or something good for him? The Utah Jazz would give us a first and a second, which I don't hate. Brooklyn Nets would give us a first. The Pistons would give us a 28 first. Yeah, so quite a few options here. Golden State will give us a first as well. And they could really drop off in 2027. So I think just to play it safe, we'll take this Utah Jazz. We'll send Terrence Shannon Jr. away. Clears up a little bit of money for us. And then we also can trade away. I think we have Josh Minott and Miller. Can we get a first round pick for those guys? Or Utah Jazz would give us more picks. Okay. They just want a bunch of nothing. So let's kind of just see if we can trade with another team. So they will give us 2 first and we give up a second. Yep, sure. Let's just do that. Pop that trade. So we're being a bit cheesy here, but I think it's just worth it in the long run. So let's quickly go and swap Kenrich Williams' position over to a backup power forward, and he actually goes up, which is great. So let's see what the next season has in store for us. Hopefully we're back to the NBA Finals, but I guess we will see. Julius Randle's down, Rudy Gobert's down, Naz Reid is down. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Let's just hope we can keep this together. Otherwise, we might have to trade Rudy and some other pieces at the deadline to make a bit of a formidable team, but hopefully we can just make it work. 60-22 in our second year in charge of the Timberwolves. Can we get a Wolves player on an all-NBA team? It does look like we get Anthony Edwards here, which is great to see. Can we get anyone on any... We do get Rudy Gobert on all defensive second team. I don't think we're going to get anyone on any of these teams. That's fine by me. So we are a second seed yet again. Wait, did we... That just kind of skipped through the MVP stuff, didn't it? Interesting. Can we see that at all? I maybe when I picked up my controller, I pressed a button or something. Season awards. There we go. Eastern Conference or player of the week, player of the month. That's all. That's all there is. Okay. Well, sorry guys. I think I accidentally skipped through that. So let's go to the player points. So led by Anthony Edwards again. Julius Randle dropped off a little bit, but Trey Jones actually was really good. Little acquisition there. Rudy Gobert in our rebounds and assists goes to Trey Jones, and 1.3 steals from him too. He was a nice little pickup. That was a real underrated pickup. Not too good from three, but one of his best seasons of his career. So yeah, really nice. I'm glad we picked up Trey Jones. So coming up as a 2 seed against the Kings. Okay. So we had a scare against the Kings last year. They brought in Nemhard, which is pretty good for them. Let's see if we can get through this. So game 1 goes to Minnesota. Game 2 goes to the Kings. Game 3 goes to the Kings. Game 4 goes to the Kings. Man, this is going to be diabolical if we can't win this. Let's just drop this down to an 8-man rotation. Reset this a little bit. Anthony Edwards is going to play 43 minutes. Game 5 against the Kings, we win. Game 6 against the Kings, we win. Game 7 against the Kings, we lose. We lose in the first round against the Kings, man. That is insane. The Kings then get swept. Wow, okay. Luka comes up against Jalen Duren. That's a real interesting matchup. So the Kings beat us in 7. They get swept. And then the people that beat the Kings get pretty much get swept, but 4-1. So gentlemen swept. That's insane. So the Mavs sweep everyone. Luka is your finals MVP. Wow. Okay, so now we got a bit of a struggle because everyone's going to start regressing. Jimmy Butler retires, a lot of retirees there. And I don't think we have many picks coming up. So let's see if we get anyone here. We get the 3rd overall pick via Detroit. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we can add like a AJ or a Caden Boozer to this team, or Cameron Boozer, which would be pretty cool. We also get 13 via Cleveland. Okay, that's kind of insane. Is there a way that we could potentially on draft night like trade those picks? Like, let's see who falls to us first, and then we can trade the picks. So pick number 1, AJ goes. I'm guessing it's going to be Darren Peterson or Cameron Boozer. It is Cameron Boozer. Okay, so if we just like trade finder, we throw Gobert in here and pick 3, are we going to get any offers? So Kobe White and pick 4. Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting. Kristaps Porzingis and Gary Trent Jr. Pass. Ayton and Pippen Jr. pass. They will give us Cameron Boozer, who they just drafted, and OG Anunoby, the Knicks. That's kind of interesting. Not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about that. OG's not the best in these simulations, though. Jalen Suggs and Goga. Jalen Duren and Dylan Brooks. Which isn't bad at all. Jakob Podol. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We have to give up DiVincenzo, but is that actually for real? Okay. If the Houston Rockets are offering this, man, I think we do this. Şengün and Amen Thompson for Rudy Gobert, DiVincenzo, and the 3rd overall pick. Yeah, we're gonna pop this right now. We just made a blockbuster trade. That is insane. And then we can take someone with pick 13. Nate Ament is sitting here. Jalen Harrelson sitting here. Bryson Tilley's sitting here. I think Nate is going to be the best option for us. So we're going to take Nate with this pick. And we have another pick. We have picks 59 now. And we're just going to take Monty Oliver. There we go. Okay. So, wow. That is a huge trade to go into our last season with. That's going to be insane. We'll bring back both these guys. And then qualifying offers. We don't have anyone here. Let's just make sure we don't have anyone in moratorium. I think we're just going to renounce the rights on all... We have a trade exception, actually. We're going to renounce the rights on all these guys. And then we're going to have a look and see what our team's going to be next year. So, Rob Dillingham, I'm expecting to make a big jump. So, he's going to be the starting point guard. Trey Jones coming off the bench. Anthony Edwards. And I think we're going to move... Okay, I think we're going to move some positions around. So, Armin Thompson can play as the starting small forward. And Jalen McDaniels off the bench. And then Alexander Walker can play as the shooting guard, I guess. We'll see how that goes. And then what's our other positions looking like? So power forward, Julius Randle, Nate Ament. I don't mind that. And Şengün and Naz Reid. Okay. So this team looks pretty good on paper. It does look really good on paper. Is there anyone we can maybe sign? Backup power forward. Okay, I don't mind Finney Smith, but they're all going to regress. Haywood Highsmith wouldn't be too bad. Kenrich Williams is there. Finney Smith is just going to regress so much. I wouldn't mind taking like Haywood Highsmith on the minimum. And then we can maybe use a center as well. There's a lot of good centers here, actually. Let's just take... I don't think Kevon Looney's going to regress too much. Let's just take Kevon Looney just as a bit of depth. And they both agreed to come here. So, perfect. We make a pretty good change this offseason. So, I'm pretty happy with that. I think Julius Randle is going to regress a bit more. But we get off that Rudy Gobert contract. And we make a big splash. DiVincenzo is also not here anymore. So, Anthony Edwards is up. Şengün's up. Armin Thompson's up. Julius Randle stays at 85. Dillingham's up. McDaniels is up as well. Alexander Walker's down slightly, but I'm so happy with this team, man. I think... I'm not going to say anything. I think next year is going to go, hopefully, better than the 60-win season we just had. At the end of our final year, Jokic is your MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer also wins 6th Man of the Year. Depoy goes to Wemby. Trey Johnson in Utah is most improved. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Tyrese Maxey, and Coach of the Year goes to Chris Finch. So we don't get 60 wins, but we come very close. Do we get Anthony Edwards? We don't get Anthony Edwards on any of these teams. Crazy. All right, we don't get anyone on any award teams. That's cool. We are the 1 seed, though. Pretty crazy. Let's have a look at the stats. So obviously scoring led by our guy, Anthony Edwards, and rebounds by Şengün, assists by Rob Dillingham. So you'd love to see that. Let's kind of refresh the minutes and we will go through the finals. So our number 1 opponent is going to be the New Orleans Pelicans, who have Dennis Schroeder now, Jordan Hawkins playing, and not too many changes. So they have Schroeder playing over DeJounte Murray. Weird. All right. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 now goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And then Game 4 goes to us. So we draw the Utah Jazz, who have Keontae George, Trey Johnson, Sensabaugh, Hendricks, Vucevic, and Darren Fox coming off the bench. I don't know what this simulation is, honestly. Game 1 goes to Utah. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to Utah. Game 5 goes to us, and then Game 6 goes to Utah. Okay, man, this... If we lose to the Utah Jazz right now, I don't even know what I'm going to do. All right, let's simcast. Let's see how things go. We're at home now, so hopefully we can just beat them and hopefully just move on. They look like a really good team, not going to lie, but I think we just have the better roster all round, and we win by 5. Wow. That 4th quarter, we almost choked. That is incredible. And now we draw the San Antonio Spurs, who have Braden Burries, Malachi Branham, AJ Debansa. Why are they starting Stephen Castle? Why aren't they starting Stephen Castle? I am so confused with this simulation, man. All right. Game 1 against Wemby and the Spurs, we win. Game 2 against Wemby and the Spurs, we win. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we win. Game 5, we lose. Game 6, we win. Okay, Anthony Edwards coming up against Evan Mobley. The Cavs versus the Timberwolves. And I'm pretty sure we have all that bloody draft capital we traded for, but we didn't end up using. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to the Cavs. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And Game 5 of the NBA Finals goes to us. We win a championship. For the first time, I think, in this series, we win back-to-back championships. Alperen Şengün is your Finals MVP, man. What an incredible season. What a good turnaround. Getting that 3rd overall pick was very clutch. Otherwise, we would have probably not won anything in this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the love and support on these videos. Next week is Christmas, I believe, depending on when this goes up. So have a Merry Christmas. Have a very safe and happy holidays. There won't be a video from me up until the next NBA video on the Friday. So just stay tuned. I'll post in the community tab what's happening. But thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.